All right, we've got a question here. Alesti5 says, what do you think is the best way to improve comprehension quickly? My current method involves a mix of memorizing sentences, not vocabulary, and input mostly listening. I think what you're doing is good. I would memorize both sentences and vocabulary differently. So there are three things I would do. First one is memorizing vocabulary. You memorize vocabulary lists with associations. The more, the better every day. The second one, that's for vocabulary. Vocabulary is the most important thing. The second most important is, and almost as important, is pronunciation. Learn the right pronunciation, right? And for that, I would memorize sentences, but this I would do with retrieval practice. Use something like Glossica, listen to the sentences. You listen to the sentence without looking at the meaning, then you check the meaning to see if you understood it correctly or not. Sentence by sentence. This is much more intensive than just listening to content. So it's better to work on your listening skills. And the third thing is the actual extensive listening. Just put a podcast on, radio, YouTube, and listen for hours. But this will only work well if you're also memorizing a lot of vocab and then doing the sentence listening, the active recall part. Yeah, listen to the sentences and you try to understand. You can also memorize the key vocab from the sentences first. Yeah, you read a sentence and then you memorize the keywords with associations, and then later on you try to listen to it and see if you understood it correctly or not. And I said Glossica, but you can do the active recall part with many things. You can use YouTube videos and just pause after each sentence and try to understand what the word means, what the sentence means, and then you check the transcript and see if you understood it correctly or not. For example, you can do it like that. There are many ways. And yeah, if you memorize a key vocabulary from the sentences, it'll be much easier to remember them. And then massive amounts of listening. Listening by itself will be really useful, but if you already need to know enough vocabulary. If you don't know enough vocabulary, when you're listening, it will all be just noise. The two main problems are that you either don't know the words. The two main problems for comprehension. You don't know the words, or you know the words, but you're not good enough at pronunciation to understand those words in context when they're in a sentence and a native speaker is saying them quickly. Yeah? So you first need to learn, not first, you need to do both, but you need to know the words and then you need to know what those words sound like in context, in a sentence, fast. So you memorize more vocab, you listen to sentences and then check if you understood them or not. And this works on your ability to distinguish words and complete sentences. But you need the immediate feedback. You need to check the sentence and, okay, I got it, I didn't get it, then you try again or tomorrow and later with the same sentences. Because if you just casually listen, you'll understand here and there some words, but it's going to be very slow. So yeah, you should casually listen as well, but the main thing should be memorize more vocab and active retrieval practice with sentences. Hope you found this useful. Just be patient and keep doing it. And if you're consistent, you'll end up understanding well.